Hello everyone, it's Robin here and welcome back to my channel. So I'm excited to see you all today because today I will be updating my reading journal and we're going to do a little change here. We're still keeping it, but we're going to do a little change and I'm really excited about that. I also am going to share, well, this stack of books that I picked up from Book of the Month and a few elsewhere. So we don't have any time to waste. Let's flip the camera down and get started. We have a lot going on in today's video. I have my reading journal here, which will update. I have some books right here, which I'll be sharing at the end of the video. And not only am I going to update this reading journal, but I'm going to take some of the pages out and put them into my new creative journal that I just put together because I think that just makes sense. So, as I said, we have a lot going on, but I think we can do it because I only read one book in June. So let's just get started. So I've really been enjoying this reading journal, but since I put this creative journal together, it feels like it makes sense to put all the journaling things in one place. So my creative journal, I have in sections for the seasons, but I also have this front section. I have fun going on right here where I'm putting some extra pages that I'm making, and right behind this is where I think I'm going to put my reading portion. So I have another divider here which I'll place there, and I made a books label because I kind of like just that cute short word books, and we're going to place this on here. Very simply, I made this with my label maker. You may have seen that in the past. I'll link the video below to when I created this journal here because I am having so much fun with it. So I'm going to put my books right here at the top in the center, and we are good to go with this. So section, books. Okay, let's put this kind of right here so we can see it, and let's see what we're going to pull in here. So I love to read, and some months I read more than others, but I'm finding I don't necessarily need this entire monthly section to mark down my reading. What I do love, though, are these trackers and my review section, and that's the portion I'm going to pull in here. So I'm going to pull these out. We're going to update these as well and place these right in here behind the books. I'm going to leave this on here in the beginning. I might make a new cover page at some point, but right now we'll leave this alone. So we're going to go through this and update this. So after this section is where I'm going to put these reviews, and I don't need that. I'm going to keep this whole thing intact because this is where I'm putting the reviews of the books that I'm reading. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to take a few more pages like so. I'm going to move this aside and we're going to place these right here. Okay. Now we are all set. So let's close this and open it. I have now my book section right here. So when I'm working in my creative journal, which to me is all the journaling things, right? I can go to my books when I want to update. And let's just start updating. So my first page is for my Goodreads goal, and I read my book on my Kindle, which I absolutely love. I read Vacation Wars. It was fun. It was a great summer read. You'll hear about this as we go. And down here I have a color-coded. I read it on my Kindle, which is this color. So it's kind of this rosy red color. So this is book 14, and we're just going to color this off right here. Color it in, and boom, that page is done. So much fun. Let's move this aside and go to the next page. So this is my monthly stats page, and let me grab, this is an 05. I don't know which number I've been using, but we'll use this. So I read one book, so I'll write that there. And pages turn, this book had 427 pages. So that's great there. So I also have room here to add a page, which I may later, because when I took this over, I took out the page where I shared what my favorite for the month is. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Here's my books read in 2023, and that's where these come in. So I print 2 sizes here, and to make them consistent, I just change the height of them. The width goes whatever it is. This is 2 inches, and this is 1.5 inches. And I just print these on sticker paper because that's what I have readily available. But it does make it easy. You can print it on cardstock, you can print it on photo paper, or even just paper and cut it out. But that's what I did. I printed it on sticker paper, and there we go, Vacation Wars on my shelves. Love it. Okay, next page. This is my bookshelf. I drew this. I'm very proud of this. And I'm using color pencils for this, as well as, let's see, we're gonna use this. Okay, just got interrupted for a brief moment because the hubby called, and you know you want to take that phone call for sure. So much fun, so much fun. I'm using a micron. I'm gonna try an 01. I want a thin one because here I write the title in, and I'm just gonna write it right here. And then I'm going to color this in with this color pencil. Now I'm using a different color each month. I have a key code going on down here. I have 12 squares, so I can see down here January, February, March, April, May. So when I look at this blue color for May, I saw, oh, I read 1, 2, 3 books. The blue is May, so that's 3. So here we're using, it's kind of a purple. Yeah, it is purple. I just grabbed a pencil this time. Wasn't paying too much attention, but I kind of like it. And I let this dry just a bit. Hopefully it's enough. And I'm going to just color the book in. You know, sometimes you only read one book, and you know, that's okay. Sometimes you don't read any books. That's okay too, because this reading journal is supposed to be fun. And I just like interacting and playing with the things that I'm doing and the books that I'm reading. So at the end of the year, I like to see it. I'm not going to kick myself for not reading all the books, but I am having fun reading the books that I am reading. And I'm also having fun coloring that in because coloring is very therapeutic. Okay, let's move on to the next page. We got to zip through this. So now we go into our review page, and this is what I've been doing, and I kind of like how this is turning out. So we are here. I have a blank slate, and I pulled out some washi. I love the thin washi. I was trying to pull in the blue color, and I don't quite have the exact blue color, but this blue color does still kind of look like the ocean. So when I think of the Mediterranean, which is where this book takes place, I think of blue. And that's what we're doing here. Let's see if I can use my handy dandy llamas to pull this washi off. Oh, no, it did it. It worked. And let's pull it off here. So I've been enjoying picking this skinny washi to help decorate these pages and add some color. I tend to pull in a color from the book. I'm looking above here because I always forget where I put my next one, which I think is right here. Yes, it is. It's been a lot of fun. I'm a real fan of the skinny washi, and I bought a big set of it off of Amazon, but I do have some also from the Happy Planner, which is very helpful. Okay, and then one more. So now I need to go down here, but I need to count this one. So it's from this line here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's below the 4th line. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's below that line. So keep an eye on it. Did I get it? I think I did. Oh my gosh. Don't want to mess this up. I'll know once I start writing in it, right? And there. Handy llamas. Love my llama target card. It is always fun and a joy to cut the washi tape with it. Perfection. Okay, let's do the next thing. So this book cover picture is 2 inches tall, and I think it fits nice in here. So I find my book covers just by Googling them, and I pull them off, and then I just size them before I print them. That is not straight. Let me take this page off actually. Might be helpful to do that because I'm gonna have to write anyway, and then I can use these lines. Yes. So I just Googled them, and there we have it. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to use these micron pens. I have an 05 to write the title. I'm gonna write it right up here, Vacation Wars. and it's by Megan Quinn. I have not ever read a Megan Quinn book before. Let me put my stars down and then we can talk about it, right? But I enjoyed it. It was a fun little read. I'm going between what I want to star it. So I'm on Goodreads, and when I finished reading it, I gave it 3 stars because I enjoyed it. But was it the best thing I ever read? Well, for me, not necessarily, but it still was fun. I liked it. It was a lovely little story, but I might give it like 3.5. Let's do that because I did enjoy this little story. So it's a romance, and I have my O1 here. Oh, well, let me just write this right here. So it's a romance. So I like to put down some information that I can recall the book when I'm flipping through here. 427 pages, and our main characters were Tessa and Miles. And another thing I want to put down is how I read it. So these stickers where I took the stars, these are my review stars on my Etsy shop. And these are some reading icons that I also have on my Etsy shop. This was a Kindle, so I'm going to put this right here. Perfection. Oh, also Vacation Wars is on Kindle Unlimited right now. So if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can read it for free. And it's a fun little story. Okay, so down here, again, I like to write information so that later when I look at it, I can remember. So I've been writing 3 things. So 1, 2, and 3. So 1 is, I'm going to write where it took place because that was gorgeous. So let me write this and then, let me just write this and then we'll chat. Okay, so here we have it. Oh my gosh, so much fun. So Vacation Wars is a romance, and it's about Tessa and Miles, and Tessa goes on this trip for her sister's wedding. So this is like a girls' trip before she gets married. So all these girls who have been together since they were younger, that's what starts happening. So they're having this girls' trip. They're going to Santorini, to this place that they have vacationed every year since they were children. And Tessa has had eyes on this person that works there, Miles, but never quite made a connection. So Tessa grew up, Miles grew up, they've noticed each other, but never made that connection. So number 1 is it took place in Santorini, which is Greek island goodness. Just that alone, it makes it really cool and fun for a summer read for sure. And number 2, there's a high school love contract involved. So these girls made a contract in high school that, before everyone gets married, everyone has to have a soulmate. So that turns into, because, they're here for Tessa's sister's wedding. So the girls all decide Tessa needs to find her soulmate. So they start trying to set her up, and it ends up having some over-the-top antics. So that's what goes on around here. A lot of antics are happening. And number 3, an annual summer vacation crush turn soulmates, because Tessa and Miles find each other through all of this, and there you have it. So it's a good 3.5 read. I liked it. It was really fun. It was fun. The antics are a bit much, but if you take that as a grain of salt, it's just a bit fun. So let's go ahead and put this back in here. And I think this turned out really cool. So I like this book section going on in my creative journal here. There's my Goodreads goal, my monthly stats, my bookshelves, this bookshelf, and then here are my review pages. So I am enjoying that. I'm going to set this aside for a moment because I do have a few new books that I want to share with you, and they're right here. Oh my gosh, look at that. So let's do the book of the month book first, and then I'll share these other 2 going on here. Let me open this up right off the bat. Okay, you're upside down. I thought I was going to do that so fancy, and it didn't work. So right off, we have Catherine Center's Hello Stranger. This was the book for the month. Now, I have been pausing my book of the month like every other month because I'm getting more books in than I'm actually reading. So I'm trying to get through some of the books I'm reading. But when I do find books that come out, I do want to get them and I do want to add some on. So I have 3 books in here. So I'm going to move this aside. And let's look at this one. Look at the cover of this. So Catherine Center, I have her other book. Oh, The Bodyguard. That was the other book she wrote. And it's from Book of the Month. It is a romance. This is July pick of the month. And oh, look, I love how that goes on the side. So this is about Sadie. And I'm trying to peruse this really quick. It says, love isn't blind, it's just a little blurry. And something happens with Sadie, and she has this thing where she has a face blindness. So imagine going through life and not recognizing faces. I believe she's an artist too. So she can see, but every face she looks at now is a jumbled puzzle of disconnected features. So something happened where this happens. I'm trying to figure out who this is about because this is a love story. So I'm really excited about this. I don't see who the other person is who this is about, but she's a portrait artist. So imagine being a portrait artist and having face blindness. So I'm really excited about that. And the cover looks really fun. See, we know there's another person because there he is right there. I guess we'll figure it out. One other reason why I wanted to definitely pick this month because I wanted to get this book that Book of the Month has, The Wishing Game, that I've been hearing so much about. This is by Meg Schaefer. And I've been hearing so many good things about this book on BookTube and, Bookstagram and, all the things, right? Plus my friend Rochelle from the Dantes read it and said it was amazing. And I needed to have it. So this book says here, years ago, a reclusive mega bestseller author quit writing under mysterious circumstances, and suddenly he resurfaces with a brand new book and a one-of-a-kind competition offering a prize that will change the winner's life. Now, I've heard this being described as like a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory for the bookish world, which is really cool. And this is about Lucy Hart, who is just having a hard time about life. And I believe she wants to adopt a child, but she can't, a 7-year-old orphan, Christopher Lamb, but she would do anything to adopt him, but she can't because everything about her life and her stability and her funds and her money and all that is just impossible. So she gets the chance at winning this from her favorite author, and we'll see what happens there, right? So this sounds really cool. Look at that. I'm very intrigued by this. Have not read any. Meg Schaefer, is this her first book? She's a part-time creative writing instructor and a full-time MFA candidate in TV and screenwriting. So yeah, okay. So that looks like fun. And I really like the cover too. Okay, I have one more book from Book of the Month. I'm excited about this one as well. And this one is The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. And it's I don't know, is this a sequel? It's another book in the same world as her first book, The Ex-Hex. So this is the follow-up to her Ex-Hex, featuring fan favorite Gwen and the spine-tingling handsome Wells Penhallow as they battle a new band of witches in their own magical chemistry. So I really do enjoy some of these witchery-type books. I think they're fun. I like the more lighthearted one, and I'm really loving this. So I can see myself reading this in the fall. I like how big the words are. As you get older, you'll appreciate that. Look at that, though. Oh my gosh, are all the they all look the same. Look, the chapters are short too. So I think this could be a lot of fun. So it is it said a follow-up, not necessarily a sequel. So it follows just the same people and doing some more things and all this witchery fun. And it's a romance and all of this good stuff. So I'm looking forward to this. Look at this cover. Isn't it gorgeous? I love looking at cover art. Just love it. So these are the 3 books from my Book of the Month. Check it out. Very excited. And I need to read all of them. So we will work on that. Okay, I have 2 other books I want to share with you, and I'm excited about. Oh, wait, before we go, I always forget to do this. Oh, I'm in my villain era. So this is my Book of the Month bookmark, and I tend to forget to share this. This one's cool. So I just mentioned Rochelle from the Dantes, and she follows Book of the Month too. She reads a lot. If you ever want any great recommendations for books, check out the Dantes. I'll list them down below. She and Donna read a ton of books, and I have some similar tastes with them, so I get some great ideas from them. But Donna, total villain. She loves it. No, Donna's not a villain. She's our favorite Donna, and she loves villains, so I bet she loves this bookmark. Look at that. I'm in my villain era. Okay, moving on. Let me share 2 more books with you, and I'm really excited about them. This first book here is this edition of Treasure Island. It is a Wordsworth collector's edition, and I absolutely love these books. I have, I have 2 others from this collection, and they're kind of like a fabric-y cover. It's not really fabric, I don't know, but it's painted on. I think if you rubbed it enough, this paint would come off, so you have to be careful, but isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh. So it's Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, filled with pirates and treasure and adventure and arg, full of fun as summer fun, right? Look at the spine. They're on the smaller side of books, which I also like. You can find these through their website, the Wordsworth. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Oh, love it. But you can also get them off of Amazon, and they're not that expensive. They're only like $12.99, and they're really fun. So let me show you the inside of it. So the plate covers there that's a really pretty yellow, actually. And here's the words. So these are all classics. Oh, look, there's some, there's pictures. Nobody interrupted me till I was done. And I really want to read some of these classics. I think they're fun. I read Anne of Green Gables again earlier this year, and I really enjoyed it. And I just want to get to some more because they're fun. So yeah, look, this is probably from me touching it. Is it? I don't know. You have to watch it. Oh yeah, I'm getting some stuff. Okay, you have to be careful. But they're gorgeous. And there's a parrot. Okay, moving on. I have another book, and I'm really excited about this one too. Have you heard about The Fourth Wing? Oh my gosh. It says Fly or Die. It's the most brutally addictive fantasy I read in a decade. So this is by Rebecca Yarros. It is a beefy book. Let me see how many pages there are in this. We have, oh, look at that. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So 500. There's some 500 pages going on. And there we go. Okay. Well, that's okay. So, The Fourth Ring, I have been hearing about this book all over. Everyone's crazed over it. And I think it could be a new big thing. And I just really wanted to try it out. So it is fantasy, there is romance, and there are dragons. And yeah, that's really cool, right? So this follows 20-year-old Violet, and this is about like this war college in this world here. So here's the world. See, I don't know anything about this world now, but I could become in love with this world. Similar to, I'm thinking, Game of Thrones, that type of world. So I'm thinking this book is a cross between Game of Thrones, Hunger Games, and Harry Potter. Because of the school aspect, I guess. So when you reach an age and you go to this war college, you get put in one of the 4 quadrants. And Violet has been wanting to enter the scribe quadrant. So she is all about books and history and all of that good stuff. But unfortunately, Violet's mother, or fortunately for her, she's a commanding general, and she's really tough and decides Violet needs to go into the dragon rider quadrant. So she's going to learn how to ride dragons and fight wars. And apparently that's a very dangerous place to be, is one of the dragon riders. But when you're smaller than everyone else and your body is brittle, death is only a heartbeat away, because dragons don't bond to fragile humans. They incinerate them. So yeah, sounds like fun. I've heard a lot of good things about this. And I believe the dragons, you also get some points of view from the dragon, which could be interesting. This is not a book type I normally read. Look, it's got a dragon right there. But, you know, I can try it. I can totally try it and fall in love with it. I believe she has another one coming out, the sequel to this, in November. Let me check on that. Yes, it's called Iron Flame, and they do have it for pre-order now. and I believe it's November 7th, something around that nature. This book is not easy to get a hold of. I did order it off of Amazon. It took an extra few weeks, so I ordered this a while ago, and it actually just came today before I did my video, and I got very excited and wanted to share it with you. I think it's gorgeous. There is another copy, which is very difficult to find, that has a black edging here and dragons on this edge here. So that would be really pretty to have, but I'm just thankful to have this. Okay, so here we have all the books that I picked up. Okay, that's a lot of books. And I'm in my villain era. Not quite, but you know what? Come fall, maybe I will be. And I now have my new, look, everything is stacking up too high for you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, let's move some of this. Okay, here we have it. Looks so much nicer. I'm surrounded by all my books, a little crowded, but I love it. And I have my new reading journal put in my creative journal, which really just makes sense to me. So I put this creative journal together a few weeks ago, and I am loving it. And here now I have my book section. So yeah, there's all my books that I've read so far this year. Yeah, there they are. I'm going to fill this whole thing up. Very excited about this. So let me ask you this. Have you read any of these books that I shared with you? Are you into fantasy? Have you heard of The Fourth Wing? I mean, I think we all have. The Fourth Wing is all over the place. What about reading some classics? And what about some of these love stories in this wishing game? I'm really excited about all these books. I don't even know what I'm going to do with myself. I have some romance, I have fantasy, I have adventure, and I'm getting into some fall reads too. So just looking ahead, I need to read all these books. If you have read any of them, please let me know about it down below because I would love to hear from you. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!